Merhaba, hoş geldiniz, or hello and welcome. My name is Becky, and this is the Magical Rabbit Me channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and being here today. Today, I have another fun day for Vlogmas. I am going to talk about my experience at Disneyland, and I will be inserting pictures of stuff, and this might be a long video, so I actually have a beverage. This is some green tea, so you might want to pause this video and go grab yourself a snack and a beverage, and we will have a conversation. I want to first talk about my hotel that I stayed at. I stayed at the Castle Inn and Suites. It was a really cool castle. It looks like a castle. That's why it's called Castle Inn and Suites. It's a really fun. I will try to insert a picture of it in here for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. I went through Getaway Today, and I used a code from Provost Park Pass. They have I think they're sponsored. They might be sponsored. I'm not 100% sure. Through Getaway Today, so they use them a lot, I know, for their travel plans. So anyway, I went through Getaway Today. I will leave that linked in the description down below. I booked my park tickets, including my Park Hopper tickets and Genie Plus, which I used, and it came in very, very handy. It was just a very smooth trip with one exception as far as travel plans go. There was one little hiccup that I ran into, and I believe it was my fault, but I'll get there. So there were like 3 things that went down with my trip. One you should already know about by now. I start seeing the trash cans, and I get really, really, really ridiculously excited. Pull out my phone, which has my ticket on there, and so I have them scan my ticket, and I walk into the parks, and I'm immediately like in tears because it's been 4 years since I had been to the parks, and even then, before then, it was like way longer than that since I had been to a park, but I was by myself, so I was feeling like super emotional, super excited, and just beyond grateful to be there. And I'm already getting emotional. This is just remembering the emotion is making me emotional. It was just a really awesome experience. I don't know, I'm just looking around. There's the railway, and just taking it all in, and I start walking down the main street. I don't want to go into any of the shops yet because I'm not ready. Also, at this point, I'm also trying to book my lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance because that was a must-do ride for me. One of many rides that were must-dos for me. I walk down Main Street, and I see the partner statue. I get a pic with partner statue. That was from another guest at the parks. Was kind enough to take my picture for me. I'm walking down Main Street, and I see the castle, and it is decked out for Christmas. There's snow on the castle. It is stunning. I love this castle. So I'm booking my lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance. Got my lightning lane booked for 9:05, and I was like, yes. And there's a loud giant cheer at 8 o'clock when people are allowed to start like walking into the parks, and I was like, yes, let's go. First thing I did was head straight to Batu. Walked through Frontierland, and I went straight to Batu, and I was like, where is the Ronto Roasters? Grabbed myself a drink and a breakfast Ronto wrap, and yeah, the breakfast Ronto wrap is better than the Ronto wrap, and the Ronto wrap is pretty freaking awesome in and of itself. And so at this point, I've finished my food, and I'm walking around the marketplace looking for souvenirs for myself. There was like one thing that I was looking at that I did not end up getting, and that was one of the misses, the dangs that I did not get because I was looking for. It's getting close to 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, cool. I am gonna go look at the Rise of the Resistance. and get ready for my lightning lane at 9:05 because we're going. And I was really excited. So I'm like chomping at the bit. My lightning lane finally comes in and I am in. I'm walking in. I've scanned my phone to get my lightning lane into the Rise of the Resistance ride, and fortunately it was not broken down, because I know that ride breaks down a lot, but it was not broken down, and so I went in and I rode Rise of the Resistance. It was the coolest experience. It was such a fun ride. Like, you walk in, you walk through part of the ride, and then you actually ride a ride, and you can feel the force being used, that Kylo Ren is like trying to get you to communicate and talk to you. But like, you can feel, I mean, the ride vehicle is like round with magnets, I think, and so you can feel the magnets pulling you as you can see, like, as you can. If you're a Star Wars fan, then you know that you've always wanted to experience what it feels like to have a force pull pulling you, or using a force pull. You get that experience in Rise of the Resistance, and it's such a fun ride. I'm not going to spoil it. I can't even like talk about it, but it's fun walking in. I wanted to like slip in and become a stormtrooper, because the stormtroopers that were the actor cast members that were there were just top notch. It was like the coolest thing. Rise of the Resistance is amazing. It could very well be my new favorite ride. Just remembering the experience, I'm like so excited, but then I'm also remembering another experience from another ride that's just a classic Disney ride, and I'm like, no, that's still, I think, my favorite ride. But it's hard to pick a favorite ride when there are so many amazing attractions. I know that they're called attractions, but they're rides. So I walk out of Rise. It's really cool. The back, walking out, there's like a crashed jet or something that you can see. I'll have pictures up here again of the crashed jet, and it's just a really cool experience. That ride is amazing. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, go ride it and just have fun. So I rode Rise, and then I needed to kill a little bit of time before I built my lightsaber. So I was like, I did go into Doc Ondar's. So Doc Ondar's, there were the kyber crystals. I really wanted to get a black kyber crystal as well as the green and purple ones that I got. So I asked the cast member, I was like, hey, what about the black kyber crystal? And she was like, you can get a red kyber crystal, but there's like a 1 in 100 chance. And at $17 for a kyber crystal, I was like, for a chance of one, like, could be 1 in 100, and chance for me buying a red kyber crystal and it not being, it was too high. So I did not go for the black kyber crystal. Even though, goals, I would love to get my hands on a black kyber crystal. So I picked up my kyber crystals and lightsaber hilt, and then I left Doc Ondar's with my kyber crystals, my gift card, that is the Batuan currency, that metal one, and my kyber crystals, and the lightsaber. And then I went and I was like, you know what? I really need my milk. I have an unpopular opinion about the milk. I like both milks. I do prefer the green milk. I am a rare person who prefers green milk. So I got my green milk, was sipping on it, enjoying it. I think it was at this point in time, or shortly before I got my green milk, that there were stormtroopers walking around, and I was, of course, immediately drawn to the stormtroopers. So I walk up to the stormtroopers, start taking pictures of them, and so next thing I know, stormtroopers looking at me and pointing at me going, "You there! What are you doing with that data pad?" And I was like, yes! It's the best day ever! So they stopped me and they questioned me about what I'm doing with my data pad, and I'm like, hey, I'm just taking what we call on my planet pictures, photos, like images that are in my phone. And I was like, is it cool if I take a picture with, is it cool if I take an image of us, you know? And he was like, so I was like, score. So me with the stormtrooper. And then I go and get my green milk and I grab a treat. They have like a bread kind of treat there. I like the green milk. So I liked the green milk better the last time I was there, so I was like, I'm gonna get the green milk again. Yes, it was a little bit florally, but I enjoyed it. It's time to go back and check in for my Savi's workshop to build my lightsaber. So I do the power and control, I tell them that's what I want, and they give me a little card, and they give me my pin, which is when you pay for the experience, that's what you pay for that as well. So you get the pin, the lightsaber, and you pay for the experience. The gatherer comes out finally, and he calls us all in, and we go in. We had him the little card that we were given so that they know how many people are in there. And you're supposed to wear the pin so that they can see what materials they need to give you so that you can build the lightsaber that you want to build. So I'm proudly wearing my power and control pin, and it's a lot of fun. And then the gatherers are in there and they pull out the stuff that you get. They pull out your lightsaber parts, and then the experience starts. And it's I'm getting chills at this point because I remembered this experience before. I made it through tier list this time. Last time, the first time, I cried really, really hard because it was really just an awesome experience. But I made it through without crying this time. Then they talk about the kyber crystals at that point, and then you pick your kyber crystal. And they have like this little really cool like thing that lights up that they walk around with the kyber crystals, and then you pick it up, and then it illuminates the kyber crystal, and you set it on the little spot in front of you. And they talk about the kyber crystal, and then they're like, okay, put the kyber crystal in the plastic thing, that the PVC pipe that lights up, that, and then start picking parts for your lightsaber after you put the kyber crystal in there. I chose the blue kyber crystal. I needed all the kyber crystals. So I build my lightsaber, and you step away. You're asked to step away, and then the gatherers come around, the cast members. They come around and they attach your hilt to your blade. And this is where things got a little bit worrisome for me. So you're asked to then step up after the gatherers have attached your lightsaber completely. And this is when you flip the switch and you raise up your lightsaber. So I flipped the switch on my lightsaber and it doesn't light up. I was like, oh no. So immediately the gatherers are there looking at my lightsaber, and they're like, hold on a second, we got you. So they take my lightsaber out because it's not lighting up. I take it out, and they come back in with the lightsaber eventually. So like I kind of missed that experience of that part of it, because like that was where I started the first time. That was when I really started crying. So maybe that's why I didn't cry, because I was like distracted and worried about my lightsaber. But I knew that I wasn't walking there without my lightsaber. So I knew, I mean, it's like a $200 experience. So I knew that they were going to take care of me. But it was a little bit disappointing to not have it. But I knew I was going to get the lightsaber. And it was still a really fun experience. They did come back with the lightsaber, and they showed me that it powered up, and we were good to go. And then they gave me the sleeve to put my lightsaber in, and we were good. And I walked out. I I shipped the lightsabers back. Unfortunately, they arrived safely because you've seen the... Oh, you haven't seen those yet. Ha! Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Walked out of Batu. And then at this point, I was like, I'm okay to go wander around. Walked by the Bibbidi Boutique, and I was like, ooh, I'm pretty sure that's where you get pixie dusted. And so I wanted to be sure, so I asked a cast member. I was like, pixie dusted? Where do I get pixie dusted? And they were like, yeah, the Bibbidi Boutique. And so I was like, Bibbidi Boutique. Went to Bibbidi Boutique, got pixie dusted. It was awesome. And then I went and I rode Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So that was a lot of fun, different. I hadn't ridden that ride before, and it was so cute and really weird. So I rode that ride, and then at this point it was getting afternoon, close to 2 o'clock. So I was like, I'm gonna head over to DCA and see what they have over there. When I travel, even though I'm like, I'm gonna go on a foodie trip and I'm gonna eat all the food, I wasn't that hungry. So anyways, I head over to DCA, but as I'm doing that, I also, along with the Genie Plus, you get the photo pass. So I had lots of pictures taken this trip as well. So I will put those in there. So I stop at the tree where they're doing the photo passes, and I'm like, sweet, because I've never done this before. It's already paid for, so let's do it. So I went and I had my pictures taken. Loved it. Some of my favorites are with Sven and Olaf and Chip and Dale. You've seen, it's on my Instagram, is the Chip and Dale picture. It's so cute. I'm holding Dale, I'm holding one of them in my hand and the other one's on my shoulder, and it's so cute. You walk in and there's a giant tree, another giant tree there, again with similar pics. And there's a picture of Roy. I have a picture with there's a photo pass cast member there with like the Roy statue. I can't remember what that one is called. So if you know, let me know in the comments down below. So I did the photo pass again at the tree, and then I did the photo pass at the Roy statue. And it's just really cute. And then from there, I turn left and I head down like the main street or whatever. That's not the main street, but I head down the main street of DCA, and then I take a right, and there is Mission Breakout, which is my second must-do ride. I'm there, and I'm like, okay, I need to book that lightning lane. Also, I picked up treats. Well, as I was walking down the main street, I saw like a little candy shop, so I was like, I need to go pick up some treats. I need to pick up the Trio Toffee, and I want a Rice Krispie treat. I grabbed the ginger mini Rice Krispie treat. She was cute. So I stop and I eat my treat. I film me eating my treat, and also I found the Terran treat cart, and I was like, I need a Terran treat as well. So I picked up the Cosmic Orb treat that was super delicious. That was very creamy. Like the raspberry was a little bit tart, so it like calmed the sweetness a little bit. And then there was like dark chocolate chunks in there. Like I ran into 2 dark chocolate chunks, and it was just delicious. I'm going to divide my days up. I'm going to talk about day 1, finish this video, and then day 2 and day 3 in another video. I try my treats, and then I start walking around Avengers Campus, like really exploring Avengers Campus. I book my lightning lane. I start walking around Avengers Campus. I head into the Web Slinger store, the other shops, and got really, really excited and just started to exploring. So I walk around Avengers Campus, make my Mission Breakout lightning lane, which I didn't, all of the other lightning lanes for this trip, I did not have to book with, I did not have to throw extra money down. It was like already paid for or something. I don't understand what happened with the Rise of the Resistance one, but I'm not complaining. I next head into Cars Land, which was so cute. So cute. But I found a really funny, cute safety cone Christmas tree. And I had to take a picture of that one, and I was like, that's really funny and cute, and I kind of love it. So, walking around Cars Land, because I hadn't been to Cars Land either. Like I said, I hadn't been to Disney's California Adventure since I was a teenager, so, and it had just barely opened. They did have California Screamin', and they had Soarin', and I think those were the only 2 rides in DCA that I rode, that I can remember. So I'm killing some time, and then I started to feel like I'm hungry, and like I need some food pretty quickly. So I went and I grabbed shawarma, and I go to a trash can, because that's where you find a table if you can't find a table. And as I start eating my food, Loki and Obi start walking by, and I freak out. I was like, Loki, Obi, hi guys, what's up? And Loki, they look over at me and they like wave, and Loki's like, ooh, shawarma. And I was like, yeah, it's really good. So that was fun. I can't remember if at this point if I had ridden Radiator Springs Racers, but I went through the single rider's line, and it was daytime, and I rode Radiator Springs Racers. I rode Radiator Springs Racers. That was the second ride. Third ride. Third of the four rides that I rode that day. Rode Radiator Springs Racers, which was so fun. I lost. I feel like I know how it works now. I feel like if you're on the right side of the track, then you lose every time, because I lost both times, and I was on the right side of the track both times. If you've ridden and you've been on the left side of the track and lost, let me know, because I'm curious how that works. But I feel like I know how it works now. After I rode Radiator Springs Racers, I was like, okay, cool. It is time to go check out Mission Breakout. So Mission Breakout, my lightning lane was coming up, so I headed over there, got into Mission Breakout, and it was awesome. That's also my favorite ride. They're all my favorite rides, but I do have like a top favorite. I did ride the Golden Zephyr that night too, so that was like my 5th ride. It was okay. I wanted to look out, but I couldn't look out because I get car sick. And if I look sideways outside if I look out the window, then I get car sick. So I wasn't able to look out and see everything. So it was fun, but I can't ride that ride and not look where I want to look. Otherwise, it will not be good. I didn't know what I wanted to do, because I really wanted to do Pim's Test Kitchen, which was kind of a must-do for me, and it was one that I missed doing, because I ended up doing the Festival of the Holiday food instead. So I bought the passport for like $61, and you get to try like 8 different things, whether it's a drink, or a food item like mac and cheese, for example, and a treat. So there were like 2 or 3 cookies on there that you could get, and then food and or alcoholic beverages. Since I don't drink, I didn't get any alcoholic beverages. However, I did use 5 of them. I got 3 things the first night, and I got 2 things the last night that I was there, and then the last night I was there, I gave my pass to somebody else. So I was like, I'm sorry, I'm leaving, so if you guys want this, it's yours, because I don't want to see it wasted. So the first thing that I got was the Kugel mac and cheese for dinner, and it had like a panko crumbs on top. It was so good. It was like buttery and cheesy, and it was just really good mac and cheese, but it was Kugel instead of mac and cheese. But I think Kugel is the German type pasta. So anyways, it was really good. That was the first thing that I got. And then I also purchased the pork belly and the macaron. from another place, and it was also really, really good. It was a little bit, the pork belly was a little bit salty, but if you had it with the rice, it like balanced it out. So you needed the two together, but it was still really, really good. So after I ate, it was time to go and find a spot to watch. Oh, no. I also rode the Little Mermaid ride, which I was surprised to find in DCA. I thought that would have been in Disneyland. I thought that the ride for Little Mermaid would have been in Disneyland, but it's in DCA. So I did ride that ride because it was like a 10-minute walk on, 10-minute wait. So it was like a walk on ride. And it was really cute, really fun to watch. And then I walked around the parks, found some pins that I was like, ooh. The majority of the pins that I found I found in like Cars Land. So I did a lot of most of my pin shopping was in Disney's California Adventure at like Carts or wherever. From there, find a World of Color, a spot to watch World of Color, even though it wasn't the best. Watched World of Color. It was so cute. I cried. It was very Christmassy. Yeah, World of Color was still I remember really enjoying the show. It was very beautiful, very visually stunning, and it was fun. It was a really great show. So yeah, World of Color is one of my favorite shows. And that is pretty much the end of day one, because from there I walked back to my hotel and took a shower and went to bed and got ready for the next day. So that is the end of day one. I apologize for a very long video. If you guys made it through, thank you so much for staying, and stay tuned for the advent calendar and card. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed me talking about my experience at Disneyland. I am sure that there are some things that I have forgotten, and I apologize for that. But please know that I had an awesome time, and whatever I forgot, I apologize. You might see it in the videos, or you might not. I don't know. I am super excited about these cards. Let's get into another Christmas card, shall we? All right, this one's thick. It always makes me nervous when it's thick, because I'm like, what did you guys do? That's cute. It looks like my dog, like a tiny version of my dog, because my dog is a large Chihuahua. So it says Happy Holidays. It looks like a Chihuahua. Super adorable. Oh, it's just a real thick card. Cute, with some awesome stickers on there. It says, Rebecca, may love be in your life. May hope be in your heart. May peace be in your world. I'm going to start crying. This is a cute card. May God provide you and your family with prosperity and magic for the magic of the holiday season, and it stay with you throughout the coming year. Happy holidays, Lauren and Chris. Barbie and Ken's World. So, really gorgeous card with some really awesome stickers on there. You've got a bird, some berries, and a cute little gingerbread man, kitty, and some snowmen. Super beautiful card. I love this. Lauren, thank you so, so much. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas as well. I didn't open up present 8. Sorry, Yvette. I didn't even eat my chocolate. I opened up the card and I forgot everything else. It was a star. It was a star. Sorry, guys. Kind of like a Moravian star, because it had like really cool... I'll show you the... Kind of like a Moravian star. It had more than 5 points. Day 8. Ooh, chapstick. Mickey shaped chapstick. Candy cane swirl. Ooh. So it's going to be mint, which will be nice. Really cute. I got some chapstick. Or lip balm, whatever you want to call it. But yay! Thank you so much, Yvette. I'm super excited. Oh, these are soft too. That's cute. There we go. Ooh. It's more sugary than sweet. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Yvette. This is cute and I love it. And it's going to come into good use because it's Utah and it's very dry here. See you tomorrow, guys. Good to shoot is.